Over the last couple of weeks, I've had people come to me and ask me what my take is on the numbers of ONPASSIVE. And I want to do a quick little video. Haven't done one for probably 3 or 4 months on the pay plan of ONPASSIVE. So I'm going to go over the numbers of ONPASSIVE. I like the conservative approach that some have been taking with ONPASSIVE. Keep it very, very conservative, under promise, over perform. So this will be very, very conservative as we look at the numbers of ONPASSIVE. So how is all of this going to work for the founding members of ONPASSIVE? And this is primarily for the founding members because that's what's in ONPASSIVE today, founding members. As we launch to the world, all the founding members will have to come into ONPASSIVE and become customers. You will have to pay a membership level. There is only one of them. We're going to leave it at $150 for these purposes. So we will come in, pay the $150, go in the back office, click a button, and become independent resellers of the IT product. After we do that, ONPASSIVE is going to go to work for us. As you come in and pay the membership level, I hear people say, well, I'm really not going to use the products of ONPASSIVE. That is so wrong. What ONPASSIVE is going to do is come in and use those products for you. They're going to develop funnels. They're going to develop autoresponders. They're going to develop all the tools that are necessary to bring in people, look at the products of ONPASSIVE, love it, and pay and join. So as ONPASSIVE does that, they are going to be bringing in people, customers primarily, for us that will land underneath us, and we get paid off of that volume. Let's talk about the volume just very, very quickly. About 4 months ago, Ash was doing a webinar, and he did a projection of how many customers he thought he would bring into ONPASSIVE the first year. It was right around 100 million people. Again, that was about 4 or 5 months ago. That is a very, very conservative number when you look at the number of customers and resellers that will be coming into ONPASSIVE as they launch and landing underneath us, because that's how we get paid. We get paid off of that volume. I believe 100 million is very, very conservative. So how is all this going to work when ONPASSIVE launches and starts driving traffic for all of us to bring those customers, putting them underneath us and getting paid off of that volume? Let's run over to this little diagram I've done, and I just want to go over these figures with you. Over a 12-month period, if ONPASSIVE brings in 3 individuals every 3 months for each one of us, this is what it looks like. The first month, it's just you, but in 3 months, they're going to bring in 3 individuals for you. Your team will be a total of 4 people, those 3 and you. And as we go down, it goes from 3 to 12 to 48 to 192, and the total number of people on your team at the end of a year's period will be 256 people on your team. From what I've looked at the numbers I've looked at, 256 people on your team is about a $7,000 a month income. So that last month of the first year, you will make $7,000. Again, these figures are extremely conservative. And then, of course, moving forward, the next 12 months, because this is a residual income, if it just stayed stagnant, would be $84,000 for the next year. ONPASSIVE is not stagnant. Your numbers will continue to increase. So I believe bringing in 256 people onto your team, which is super, super simple, will turn into a 6-figure income in that second year. You have to remember that there are people that come into ONPASSIVE and they bring in 3 people in a day. This scenario is for individuals that do absolutely nothing. And they get no help from above, from below. Those individuals that are coming in, they don't do anything either. And that's just not how it works. We know that as people come into ONPASSIVE, they share ONPASSIVE, even if you don't. So this scenario, super, super conservative as we look at it. As we look at this $7,000 a month, that last month, and then going forward the next year, $84,000 for that second year. What if I'm wrong? What if you're only going to bring in half of that? $3,500 your first year. Maybe it takes you 2 years to get to that place where you're going to make 6 figures. What if I'm even wrong about that? What if you're only making $1,200 that last month of the first year? Again, this is residual. I've talked to people around the world, and as little as $500 a month is life-changing. Now, I know that differs throughout different areas of the world, but it shows you the impact that ONPASSIVE is going to have on lives and their financial future. I believe the scenario is very, very conservative. One-time payment, $150 out of pocket. After that, the preceding months will be paid from the profits of ONPASSIVE. There are no qualifications. You don't have to sell, you don't have to share, you don't have to recruit. This is for an individual that does nothing. Now, if you are an individual that wants to sell, share, or recruit, you can do that. I talked to a gentleman the other day, and as he came into ONPASSIVE, his goal was just to come in passively. He saw how terrific ONPASSIVE was, and he wasn't going to do anything. And then he continued to discover ONPASSIVE. And he finally decided, I have to share this. I can't do nothing. This is just too good not to share this with my friends, my family, my colleagues. And he's moving forward, and he's actually building a team. And like I said, we have people that come in and bring in 3 people in a day or an hour. So although you might be one of those individuals that's going to do absolutely zero, I believe in time you will share it because of the results you're going to get with ONPASSIVE. Again, there are no qualifications. There are no caps on the amount you can make with ONPASSIVE. That's really, really important. Most companies, they cap the amount you can make, even though they don't tell you that. ONPASSIVE, it is infinite. You can make as much money as you want. I want to read this to you just very, very quickly. Most importantly, regardless of the level of participation of any individual, all activities help everyone to build their own team. This provides a model which features long-term growth and long-term sustainability. It really is better than that because the amount of money you can make, and I'm not going to get into this part of the compensation program, it really is infinite what you can make with ONPASSIVE. And I would have to go into some of the other areas of the compensation program, but I want to keep this simple. I want to focus on those individuals that want to see what the numbers could look like. Again, none of this is guaranteed because I haven't seen the total compensation program. But based on what I've heard, based on what I've seen, the numbers I've seen, this is super, super doable for everybody in ONPASSIVE. As I look at the individuals in ONPASSIVE, it's really a neat thing because the playing field has been laid level. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your ethnicity is. It doesn't matter what your education is. Everybody in ONPASSIVE can look at this scenario and be confident that they will do extremely well in ONPASSIVE and take care of those financial needs. So if you're a founding member of ONPASSIVE, study this scenario, take a look at it. It's extremely positive, it's extremely conservative, and I believe in my heart that every founding member on ONPASSIVE, whether you came in 2 years ago or you just came in, this scenario is real for you. It's going to take care of that bottom line, and it's just going to take care of those woes that perhaps we've all had. So that's it for today, guys. Have a great week. These are the numbers of ONPASSIVE. They're great. Moving forward, you're absolutely going to love it. Take care. Bye.